Press.
The question is whether Mr. Barkley is enterprise material. And I assume by your request for his transfer that you think he's not, Commander.
There's every indication that he served competently in Starfleet for years.
I've examined Barkley's psychological profile. He has a history of seclusive tendencies.
And yet he chose this way of life. He had made the same commitment to Starfleet that we all have. It's easy to transfer a problem to someone else. Too easy. He's a member of your team. Try to find some way to help him to make a positive contribution. Get to know the man better.
I just don't think you're the right fit for the kind of work we're doing here, so I've requested to have you transferred.
Captain, but...
This conversation's over. You're dismissed.
Right, but...
This is the end of the conversation.
Captain, if I could...
You can't.
Right, but I have this...
The conversation's over. That's the end.
Well, technically, the conversation is not over because I can keep talking, and then the conversation is
I don't know how you made it this far in your career behaving like this. This is why I ended the conversation. I'm having you transferred. End of conversation.
It would be rude and irresponsible to end the conversation.
The conversation's over.
But...
Edward.
Remember earlier I said...
Larkin.
Yep.
There's a transport coming in 2 days, and you're going to be... Advised until the middle is done.
I made one of the most important scientific discoveries of our time. I got to go away.
One crew member was tragically lost. How do you explain that?
He was an idiot.
And that, my friends, is the difference between good Star Trek and shit Star Trek. And I really wish I had had Piccolo put the rum in my hot chocolate before I made everybody watch that. Because holy fuck, that was terrible.
Let me fix this little problem for you, dear.
That was just... So the first scene is Picard telling Riker to, be a CO and make his crew man a part of the team. And the second scene...
Uh-oh.
What?
Nothing.
Is it all gone now?
No. It's really dark in here, so I couldn't really measure how much I was pouring.
So you really poured?
I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Anyway, the second scene was the Discovery captain basically going, I don't like you, so I want you to go away.
Yeah, V actually had some really good subtitles on there that I didn't read and I should have. It's basically pointing out what we were all saying, the fact that, how the hell does this show work? How does it get this far? And the fact that was a parody in there. They trying to be the Orville, which is really what it sounds like now.
But the Orville is more Star Trek than...
Yeah, I know, right? It's fucking terrifying.
And that doesn't even sound like the way that they were just bantering back and forth in that second script or that second screen. That sounded like writers at a round table going, and wouldn't it be funny if he was like, but no, it's not over. But the conversation's over. Oh, but it's like, it doesn't even sound like a finished script.
What story are we lining up on first? Dog Man Bites Dog? What?
The pilot project is the first one.
Pilot project.
Rum and hot chocolate, alas of my own heart, says Fury Kitten.
Well, when the only booze you have...
Cinnamon, schnapps, and hot chocolate. That actually sounds pretty good.
What did you say it was we were looking for?
The Stratford Pilot Project.
Okay, I'm trying to find it. Hold on.
It's the second tab from the left.
Okay. Pilot Project. Okay. So how's everybody? I hope everybody's having a good day.
We have a Duck Dog, a Fury Kitten, a Blake Hanley, Terry Dementis.
Like and share the stream, all of you. Now. Do it. Do it now. Do it now. Oh, this is that pilot project that Costin. Yes.
Yeah. This is a story from Costin. And we have 2 stories from Gunfox because Pincalos found so many good stories that if I also put more than 2 in from Gunfox, we'll be here until like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Which we want to be here for 11 because I'm going to go harass Trippy. Maybe. I don't know.
You put like no rum in here.
I didn't.
I can smell it, but I can't taste anything.
But it's creamy hot chocolate. Go fuck yourself. Wreck my hot chocolate. I mean, nice hot chocolate. I make the best hot chocolate, and you people got to ruin it. I have a secret way of doing it. No one else can do it my way. So, neener, pumpkin eater.
Yeah, there's like no rum in there. Oh, well.
Let's see. I'm trying to stay awake. I'm still asleep. I want to go back to bed. Stratford launches pilot project to make crossing safer for pedestrians with disabilities. Did you read this article?
I didn't get a chance to, actually.
Mostly this was so you could read it ahead because I don't know how to read.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, CIB's even in on this. The city of Stratford, CNIB, and tech company Key to Access.
Oh, really? They're using that? Because that Key to Access thing is so fucking stupid. I've looked at it for Toronto.
Yeah, this is not Toronto, though. This is Stratford. Got to start small. That was the mistake they keep doing. See, the problem that I've noticed they're doing is something that when I wanted to design some stuff like this is close to what I had, what my stuff is. But you can't do it in the big cities. You have to start small because you have to work yourself up to the larger projects. Otherwise, it's easier to do. What was that?
What was what?
Okay. It's easier to do 2 pedestrians in your way than 50. 2 cars instead of 100 cars. 14 to 15 seconds crossing instead of 10-second crossing. Stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the reason you got hit by the car was because of the light was too short, right?
The light was too short.
Primarily, it was the light was too short.
Yeah.
Whew. 2 downtown Stratford pedestrian crossings are now safer for the... hyperbole, my best friend. 2 downtown Stratford pedestrian crossings are now safer for the disabled, thanks to a 1-year pilot project for the city, the Canadian National Institute for the Blind Foundation, and tech company Key to Access. Earlier this week, the city and its partners announced that it had installed equipment at the traffic signals at the Ontario and Waterloo Streets intersection, at the Wellington and St. Patrick Streets intersection. That will make it easier and safer for people with sight loss and mobility issues to cross. For a person that is visually impaired or mobility impaired, currently the bigger challenge in crossing the street is 1, finding the button on the pole. That's that beeps.
Yeah.
And 2, using the button on the pole to activate inaudible.
Yes.
Find the button that is the size of a coaster and push it.
But it's hard to push and hold it for 5 seconds.
You don't even have to do
Don't
that
you know
anymore.
that?
You don't even have to do that anymore. I punch it and it works.
But it's hard.
So
It's hard. Don't you understand that? It's hard.
using the button on the pole to activate an audible signal, which as a blind person is the only way to know when it's your turn to cross.
No, it isn't. It is just the safer way to know, because not all the time you're not going to have a good traffic surge every single time you cross.
Hence why you got hit by a car. Is there even a button here at all? Well, that's kind of between your O&M instructor, the city, and the CNIB.
Yeah.
You know, you the idea of putting a button at every intersection is kind of overkill if a blind person isn't going to be using that intersection at all, especially at $30,000 an intersection.
Oh, I flat out, because
Never made sense to me.
I told my own instructor, because we were walking by a very, like, a small intersection. And she goes, I think there should be truncated domes here. Oh, no. She wanted to ask them when they were fixing the intersection at where the crossing guard is.
Okay.
If they were going to put in truncated domes,
No.
the metal things. And I said, why are you going to go bother them about that?
It's a residential street.
And she goes, because you're living here. And I'm like, it's a stop sign. She goes, but it's a little bit off center. And I'm like, No, it's not. Leave them alone.
This is your best friend.
Yes. I've had the same orientation and mobility instructor for, let's see, I'm 18 years. So I can get away with talking to her like that.
To tackle this problem, Key to Access developed what the company calls a key. No, they didn't. I quit.
What? What does it say?
I quit. I want to find out who stole my idea.
Honey,
No. If I had just gone through with this without telling the two people who I know, and I'm pretty sure I know, ready for this?
Yes, I know about this. I told you about this when I read about it for Toronto.
I don't remember you telling me about you hearing about this.
You got this upset then,
When
too.
I worked at RIM, I came up with this. That's fine. It happens to everybody. Yeah, they put a receiver up on the pole, and it sends a wireless signal back to the app, or a key fob, or their cane. Recently, receivers were installed at both these Stratford intersections. By the way, if you have an idea, don't procrastinate. Just get it done. So when someone is walking down that sidewalk and they get the dip in the curb...
Wait, what?
They're at the intersection. You know how the curb dips on most intersections?
Or on driveways?
This article is just terribly written. Let's just say that. Let's just go with that.
Because every driveway, there's a dip in the curb.
This is horrible writing. Whoever wrote this is not a good writer, and I'm kind of getting tired of reading this already. Yada yada, since yada yada. We're looking forward to see how it will work, but you said it works. And how it was a positive impact on those with disabilities in their crossing at certain intersections.
But how do you know it works? But you started the article by saying that the intersections were safer.
CNIB's in on this with $100 a pop for the key fobs.
Yeah, they're trying to help blind people, huh? Excuse me, I realize you've just paid your most of your ODSP check to the landlord, but
and literally all it is just it moves the audible signal from this isn't my plan. This wasn't my whole idea. This is part of it. Good. No, they it just simply, the app just simply tells you it's okay to cross. Quit.
Terry says, Pincalo, the trick is to never have any good ideas. Then it doesn't matter if people steal them.
This one's been heard a couple times this week. A nose out of joint. An Australian has cannabis removed from his naval captivity.
His naval cavity?
What's this thing called right here?
Nasal cavity.
Yeah, that. 18 years after smuggling it into prison. Well, he successfully smuggled it. Like, he got into the prison.
How did it not degrade?
Well, let's...
It's plant matter. How did it stay in his nose?
That's what condoms do. Almost 2 decades after he smuggled it into prison, an Australian man has had a package of marijuana surgically removed from his nose. The case, reported on in the British Medical Journal, detailed how the man's girlfriend gave him a balloon filled with marijuana, which he shoved up his nostril to avoid detection from prison guards. He was unable to retrieve the stash later and succeeded only by pushing it further back into his skull. Assuming he had accidentally ingested the drugs, the former prisoner forgot about the incident after his release, despite years of sinus infections and other issues breathing through his nose. The report, fittingly dubbed a nose out of joint, said the package of pot slowly developed into a stone-like substance called a rhinolith, after years of calcium deposits and magnesium salts formed around it. A 48-year-old man was referred to the Westminster in Eastern North Territories.
Some Australian place.
After a CT of the brain originally performed for headaches demonstrated an incidental 19 by 11 millimeter calcified lesion on the right nasal cavity.
What'd you give him? Like a nug?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, here, honey, I don't know how long you're going to be in for, so just mix a little tiny leaf of the bud onto each cigarette that you smuggled in through your ass. You'll be fine. Just go without. It's only weed. Fuck. On follow-up and specific questioning, the patient was able to recall an incident that occurred 18 years prior while he was incarcerated. He remained unaware of the package's presence until presented with the unusual histopathology report. Too many big words. Once removed, doctors found the rhinolith contained a rubber capsule containing degenerate vegetable plant matter. Months after removal, the Australian has reported that all his symptoms have disappeared and he was breathing easily. Duh.
Isn't that just amazing?
They noted that roommates rarely smuggle drugs in through their noses. Duh. Typically preferring to ingest them and pass through their gastral tract. An undoubtedly pleasant process by comparison. Okay, then.
Why does Canadian Tire have a MasterCard? Asks Duck Dog.
Because they have their own bank.
I now know where Blind Presses Rum went. It went in Piccolo's drink. No, then Piccolo would be sick.
I'm just tired. After falling asleep on the show last Friday night.
Hello.
I can't remember what I was saying.
Do you want me to just do the show?
No, it's not nice. Okay, maybe you should. Yeah, do you need me for anything? No?
Yes, clean this.
All right, I'll go clean that.
Because
I'm unentertaining. I'm horrible.
You're just...
I'm done.
Go to bed.
I am exhausted. Pink Aloe needs to sleep. Oh, I know what happened because I drank coffee like really late last night.
Yeah.
I ended up staying up till like 5, and then the kids all day. But okay, I'm being sent to bed, people. This is what a good husband does. He listens to his wife and he says, "I'll take care of all the work," because that's what a good woman does.
Just bring me back my pipe.
Sure.
Cleaned.
Here. Well, no, here, have a friend.
Have a friend?
Have a friend.
An empty chair?
No, his name's Bacardi. He's a bat. You're gonna need it.
All right, peoples. I just poured a little bit more rum in my hot chocolate. This is going to get interesting. Let me just put this up on the shelf. Okay. So, friends, we're going to have the screen reader read us the rest of the news because poor Piccolo needs to go to sleep. Yeah, he's done. He's just sweet Jesus. They have a bank. It's like a dollar store having a credit card. That's true. That's true. It is kind of, they have Canadian Tire money, Duck Dog, that you can save. Like, this is the, I can't remember, but I think they've linked the Canadian Tire money to the credit card because they used to have paper money, and they have and when I say Canadian Tire money, I mean like here's a bill that's worth like 25 cents. Like,
God damn it, woman, why is it you gotta give people the wrong info?
What are you talking? They're not linked that way?
No. Okay.
That's why I said I'm not sure.
Well, that's fine. I didn't.
Well, don't shit on me if you didn't hear everything I said.
Well, Canadian Tire money for 70 years was just basically points. It was the equivalent of having a points card. They just came up with this whole concept. Hey, let's give people monopoly money. And that's how the concept of Canadian Tire came in. The Canadian Tire money. It's like worth 2 cents for every $50. Now, the bank itself, or the credit card itself, is more like a Sears card, and in which like a department store credit card. You
Yeah.
you get one like that. So that's the same thing that they do. It's that's all. It's just a high interest. It's a high interest department store
But
credit card.
can't you get Canadian Tire money by using your credit card?
You get bonuses. Like this weekend was like 30 times the points. So I got 20 times with my points card. But yeah,
But the most annoying thing about Canadian Tire is the people who is the same person that deals with the credit cards, who sees you like every other day and goes, "Hello, my friend. Would you like a credit card?"
no, that's the PC credit card. That's the grocery store credit card. And yes, grocery stores have a credit card up here. Everybody has a credit card. You get a card, and you get a card, and you get a bank, and you get the bank.
No, Pincolo's not talking in his sleep. He just came back to yell at me.
And I'm zombie-ish.
Okay, where's my pipe?
Not clean yet.
Oh, that's better. Now I can taste the rum. Okay. Let's turn on the voiceover, shall we? Okay. So here we are. You are actually looking at a legitimate article, my friends, with the headline, Dresden, the German city that declared a Nazi emergency. That is an actual headline that you are actually looking at right now. I am glad that I have put rum in my hot chocolate. Let's say that. So that was published yesterday. So this is the anti-Islam Pajeta movement in Dresden in 2014 is when it started. So here we go. Let's read.
Supporters of the Pegida movement marched through Dresden with German flags on 27 July 2015. Image.
Oh no, not German flags. Holy shit. They must be Nazis then. They must be just horrible, horrible people. Good night, Sora. Canadian finances astounds me. What kind of rum? Hopefully not that Newfie stuff. No, it's Bacardi. I do not do Screech. I just don't.
Image caption. The anti-Islam Pegida movement began in Dresden in 2014. End of image. A city in eastern Germany has declared a Nazi emergency, saying it has a serious problem with the far right. You were correct.
I can't believe that this actually happened. They're carrying German flags, therefore they must be Nazis. I'm
That's a Norway flag. Oh no.
I'm very confused. These people were marching and holding their country's flag. Those are those horrible bastards.
This is one of those times where you need to get a hold of Badger Man. You need the German. He might be marching in that.
I support these Germans because the other snowflake Germans is gay. Says to be crystal knocked clear. There was no Nazi problem in Germany in 2019, and to be quite frank, this whole situation makes me furious. Well done, sir. Well done. That is a slam dunk.
Dresden, the capital of Saxony, has long been viewed as a bastion of the far right and is the birthplace of the anti-Islam Pegida movement.
Okay, but I think Germans have a bit of a right to have some anti-Islamic rhetoric after Cologne, but, you know, that's just me.
Councillors in the city, a contender for the 2025 European Capital of Culture, have now approved a resolution saying more needs to be done to tackle the issue.
What issue? Nobody was killed. No businesses were destroyed. We didn't have a reincarnation of Kristallnacht. I don't, what issue?
But opponents say it goes too far. Heading level 2. What is a Nazi emergency? But heading
What
level
is-
2. What is
a Nazi emergency? That's
You're
a very
currently
good question, Article. Let's see if you can tell us.
As an instant means, similar to the climate emergency, that we have a serious problem. The open democratic society is threatened, local councillor Max Aschenbach, who tabled the motion, told the BBC.
So a Nazi problem is like climate change? Is that what I just heard? Are we really doing this? Not the Nazi emergency is just like the climate emergency? So non-existent. Okay, go ahead, move on.
Mr. Aschenbach, from left-leaning satirical political party Die Partei, said he believed it was necessary to take action because politicians were not doing enough to position themselves clearly against the far right.
Wait, left-leaning satirical political party. I'm not entirely sure I want satire in my politics, but okay. Okay, go ahead.
Black square, bullet, link, black link. The request was an attempt to change that. I also wanted to know what kind of people I'm sitting with in the City Council of Dresden, he said.
What do you mean you want to know what kind of people you're sitting with? I did not see this coming.
The resolution acknowledges that right-wing extremist attitudes and actions are occurring with increasing frequency and calls on the city to help victims of far-right violence, protect minorities and strengthen democracy.
The way the police protected women in Cologne on New Year's Eve of 2000, was it 16 or 17? That, wow. Just, my mind is boggled. This is just sad.
Mr. Aschenbach said adopting the motion showed the City Council's commitment to fostering a free, liberal, democratic society that protects minorities and resolutely opposes Nazis.
Where are the Nazis? Just because you want your country to be German? Wanting your country to be German means that you are the reincarnation of Hitler, apparently. Okay, I see. I don't really. Even if I could see, I probably still wouldn't see this logic. All right. Keep expounding. Perhaps you will make sense in a moment.
Link. Frame. Heading level 2. How was a Nazi emergency declared? Mr. Aschenbach's resolution was put to a vote by Dresden City Council on Wednesday night and approved by 39 votes to 29, according to local media reports.
Well, at least there were 29 people willing to go, no. What Nazi emergency are you talking about?
Germany's governing Christian Democrats, CDU, were among those to reject the resolution. From our point of view, this was primarily an intended provocation, Jan Donhauser, chairman of the CDU City Council Group, told the BBC. State of emergency means the collapse or a serious threat to public order that is not given rudimentarily. Furthermore, the focus on right-wing extremism does not do justice to what we need. We are the guardians of the liberal democratic basic order, and no violence, no matter from which extremist side it comes, is compatible with it, he said.
Oh boy. So we have a left-leaning satirical political party, and a group of fence sitters. This is wonderful.
Is this still on the Germans?
Yes, don't do that.
Don't do that.
You snuck up on me.
You did not hear me come in?
Obviously not.
Wow, that was good, yeah. My name is Heinz Getzelwert. I joined the Dolphins.
Let's give. Oh, I'm not reading
to the
that.
Dolphins or talk to me?
I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that.
Not reading what?
There's a chat message.
What does it say?
I'm not reading it.
What's it say?
I'm not reading it.
Can I read it?
Sure.
Let me see. It's not my channel. Dun, 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 dun. From who?
Callan McLeod.
We did it! We are all nationals!
No, not that one.
What's that one?
I read that one. God, you're
Yeah.
taking too long.
No. Showers and the German showers, that's a Scheiße shower. They would not mind that. They would like that because that's what they live in. There, see, I answered it. Ha!
Without reading it out loud. Very good.
That is how you do it.
Why is my phone wet?
I don't know. There might have been some pee on my hands.
Hello, Prospero.
Prospero! You know what you should do? You know what you should do?
What should I do?
You know what you should do? You should read the next story.
Yes, I should.
Because you got dead air.
Well, you interrupted me.
Hiya, dead air.
Oh my god. Why must you be so aggravating?
I'm not aggravated. I'm annoying. There's a difference.
And I'm the one that argues semantics.
No, I'm not arguing semantics. We're arguing terms of words.
Somebody please donate so I can hit him.
Nobody loves you.
Pincalo, piss on you, says Duck Dog. Or did Pincalo piss on it? No, he didn't piss on it.
What's that be the steel dossier of
He
peace?
spits when he speaks German, that blind press. That's why your phone is wet, says Prospero.
Ich bin lieben and spitten.
What's that line from the Family Guy when they go to rescue Mort from Germany back in time? Oh, Unterseebooten stehlen ein Dog und Baby und Art Garfunkel. I love that. Back when Family Guy was funny. Okay. I'm not arguing semantics, I'm merely pedantic, says Fury Kitten.
I'm not pedantic. I'm just irritating.
You're shallow and pedantic.
Bitch.
Blind Press has 3 children, two show signs of growing up.
You know it goes both ways, right? Gotta be immature in order to measure what maturity is.
So we have 2 wonderful 16-year-old people arrested in connection with a chain of GTA robberies. And no, that doesn't mean Grand Theft Auto robberies.
Well,
It doesn't. It's just that Toronto is retarded.
no, it's the Greater Toronto Area, which encompasses almost all of Southern Ontario, because they think they are their own people. They want to be their own country.
Yeah, Wexiteers, you want to wall something off, wall Toronto off.
No,
Nobody
no.
will care about that.
Actually, Dooligan made a really good really good strip the other day, in which it actually showed. It showed what would happen if it would show what Canada would look like with everything all split up. And you got BC all alone by itself in a bridge going over the Midwest. But we don't want to build the bridge. If they want to split, fine. But guess what? He ain't got five.
So
Look at Venezuela.
here we go. Let's read.
Moo.
Shh.
Two 16-year-olds were arrested and charged on Thursday in connection with 3 robberies in the GTA.
Greater Toronto area for those playing the home game.
Police say that around midnight on October 31st, investigators located a stolen vehicle in the area of Finch Avenue West and West Road in Toronto.
I was just there that day.
Okay, Devil's Night is the 30th, you two retards.
6:30 p.m. on October 24th, the 2 youths and an unidentified suspect
Pause.
entered a
Guess what?
What?
If it's midnight on October 31st, what was 11:59?
Shut up.
police at 6:30 p.m.
Nice.
on October 24th. The 2
Yeah,
youths
you
and an
are.
unidentified
Because that's the first fuck up I've made all night, and you're at about 15.
I'm a man. I'm allowed to have
suspect
fun.
entered as police
We don't play that shit here.
At 6:30 p.m. on October 24th, the 2 youths and an unidentified suspect entered a store wearing masks in the area of Mavis Road and Matheson Boulevard in Mississauga. The
Maybe they
employees'
were
hands were
women
zip tied by
wearing
the suspects before they fled the scene.
Zip tied, huh? Well then.
Sometimes
suspects-
they're easy handcuffs.
Yes.
At 6,
Big
the
handcuffs.
suspects did.
The specialist, Pincolo one too. Well, he was supposed to go to bed, but now he's just standing there, and
Why am I? I'm sitting.
your voice is coming from way. There you are. You sounded
I'm sitting. I've been sitting this entire time. You drunkard.
drunker.
You drunkard. It's a word.
He said he was going to bed, but we can't get rid of him that easily, says Terry.
You like it. You love it. You want more.
All right.
On October 31st at around 11 a.m., the 2 youths and an unknown suspect entered a
The
store
2
in
youths?
Brampton. And
Would you stop?
on October 31st at around 11 a.m., the 2 youths and an unknown suspect entered a store in Brampton in the area of Airport Road and Bovard Drive.
Did they zip tie again?
An altercation occurred in the middle of the robbery when a 67-year-old customer sustained non-life-threatening injuries.
Well, that's good.
Where did the Utes go after that, though? It said Utes. I heard it say Utes. It said
The
two
customers and
Utes.
employees were taken to the back of the store and zip-tied, and then the suspects fled in a stolen vehicle.
They love that zip tie thing, huh?
Cheap and effective. A bag of 100 will cost you $5. And then the big ones. Bet you it's a BB gun.
Oh, Streamlabs blind press, says Prospero.
Here's my foot.
I'm not going to slap your foot.
You hit my foot because I'm way over here. I ain't getting up.
Eh.
Here's $100. Beat the shit out of them. You're 1-0 off. You're screen sharing.
What?
I don't think you're screen sharing. I think
Not on Chrome.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, you're good. Oh, okay. Wow, they changed the screen.
Yeah, I know. It's really aggravating.
Well, you should complain about it.
It's very,
Who are you gonna tell? You should tell someone.
like, I'm trying to tell them I'm trying to tell chat right now, but you keep interrupting me.
What's chat gonna do about it? Would you like me to call? You could always invite Ed. I mean, Ed could come on, and that'd be fun. Then you could have two of us really annoying you.
I think the two of you would really annoy chat, too.
That will bring gasoline. We're just making a big party of assholes tonight.
Okay, let's see. Prospero sent
Oh, thank you.
$20 to say, smack him one for me, BP.
Ow, that tickles.
3 smacks. There
That
you go.
hurt. Why'd you do that?
Because I was told to.
Did you lick your hand first, or was that snot?
That was neither.
You sure? It's kind of wet. Oh, it's that kind of stuff. Okay.
Ew. No.
This is fun.
I feel bad for BP, says Maniac Man.
This is just tired me. It's like I'm beyond sleep level tired.
Okay, so let's see here. Customers are zip tied, blah blah blah.
Later today,
it was
they were
David
arrested
Savage
and
time this
charged.
morning. That's why else I'm fucked up.
Yes, yes it is.
Later the day,
That means
they
I'm
were
going
arrested and
What?
I keep trying to read and you keep
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. But yeah, no, it's really
It's a talk show, you know.
That's true.
It is a podcast.
Um
We are supposed to communicate.
the kids were that's probably why they were so rowdy and
Well, Logan passed out pretty quick after he didn't he?
yeah.
So yeah, that's fine.
Well, technically, Prospero, it's $5 a smack. So I actually owe you a smack. So I missed that. So that
My
was
elbow. Why'd you hit my elbow?
because that's what I could reach.
I hope it hurt.
Okay.
I'd like to
All
get a
three.
super chat on how much to smack you.
later the all three stores that were robbed are communications and
Quality,
media
huh?
stores.
Wait, all the three stores that were robbed were
Later,
what?
all three stores that were robbed are communications and media stores.
Okay,
They
so
robbed
they were
cell phone
trying
stores.
to rob cell phones. Okay.
No, because they're idiots and think that, oh, no, no, you pay $1,000 for an iPhone. Right now they'll have like $10,000 in the drawer. You know that. That is retarded.
Yeah, because everybody pays for their phones with cash.
They're 16. They probably think their parents are millionaires.
What kind of stupid 16-year-old thinks their parents are millionaires?
Today's 16-year-olds.
I can't.
Mom, I broke my cell phone. I need a new one. Oh dear, you need that to communicate. Okay, let's go get the new iPhone 11. I want the Pro. Okay. Tell me that's not today.
Yeah, that's true.
And that was a boy.
The youths were arrested and charged with 3 counts of robbery, wear and disguise with intent, assault causing bodily harm, and possession of stolen property.
Wait, wearing a disguise with
Yeah,
intent
that's
is
what
a law?
Yes. There are we have a lot of,
Dad.
no, you see, the majority of the laws of the Criminal Code of Canada are blankets. Like, for instance, Cog was saying today, you know, Canada doesn't have rape laws.
What?
We don't. We don't have law, like, okay. It's 261 under the Criminal Code, just 261, 265, and 271, which all fall under the Sexual Assault Act,
Okay.
which are varying levels of sexual assault. I was just reading this today because when I read that, I actually had to look it up. So I went to the Justice website and I took a look, and it was saying that we have different levels of sexual assault, 1, 2, and 3, and rape would fall underneath one of those categories as a blanket underneath that. That way, they can make it so it's harsher penalties underneath all.
But isn't that still technically a rape law?
Yes, they just don't use the terminology.
So, but to say that Canada doesn't have rape laws,
We have nationalized health care. Same concept.
that's also wrong.
Yes, they just don't. And in fact, Ontario has rape laws, like the provincial levels. It's not just the Criminal Code of Canada. There's also the provincial laws on top of that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I just bought my second smartphone ever, says Fury Kitten.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm on like number 10.
Just replacing the one that I got from 2012, says Fury Kitten.
I'm going to get a ginger ale.
All right, then.
The youths can't be named due to provisions of the Youth Criminal Justice Act, which prohibits the release of the name of a youth and their identity, and the investigation is protected.
Yes. If you are under 18, you are protected from the media disclosing your name. Yeah, Prospero, I'm with you. I used my 5SE, my iPhone 5SE until I was charging it 4 times a day.
And now you have an 11.
And now I have an 11 that I charge once a day. That's amazing.
The funnier one was the 3. The fact that you went from a 3 to a 5.
No,
Yeah.
I have 4.
A 4?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't like when the 6 and the 7 and the 8 came out, I wasn't like, I need to have those. Well, even when the 10 came out, I honestly, I didn't even want the 11 at first, and then when I found out that on the contract I could get it for $0, I was like, well, shit, I may as well. It's, like, why not? So yeah,
Advertisement. Content information.
I think that's the end of the story.
Good. Next.
So now we move on to our ridiculousness. As if, we weren't talking about ridiculousness already. Okay, so.
This is an opinion piece. Yeah, this is an official story. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, because there was that comment about Western hatred from the East, right?
Where's the story? Where'd it go? There it is. So this says Western alienation is more about demonizing memes than reality. Because, and there are I read part of this article.
It makes sense, though.
Yesterday. And some of the stuff in this article, I almost did a Linda Blair. I was so pissed. My head almost spun around.
Saturday, November 2nd. It's older than the Trudeaus, older even than the discovery of oil beneath the prairies. The deepest strands of Western alienation, many historians argue, are rooted in grievances as old as Canada itself.
Okay. But again, that argument could be said for every part of the country.
But if political rage on the Great Plains has been a recurring theme, reawakening in Alberta and Saskatchewan time and again when good times turn bad, when booms go bust or when farms turn to dust, there is something very different about the 2019 version.
Okay, here we go.
You have reached your limit of free story.
Oh, come on.
No, the Star pulled that shit on me, too.
Here, I wonder if I can find...
I tried. They're jacker shit.
Okay, so when I read this article, because I was able to get through this yesterday. Basically, it started comparing the wrongs that were done to the Métis in Western Canada before Alberta and Saskatchewan were even provinces. They were lumping in the treatment of today's Albertans and Alberta's economy
That's funny.
as the same basically rape and pillage of the West as the treatment of the Métis, including Louis Riel. Now, for those of you who are going, who the fuck is Louis Riel? Louis Riel was a French Métis who was in Manitoba, and he led the Manitoba Rebellion, the Winnipeg Rebellion of 1880.
How did that turn out?
And he was hung for his trouble.
His rebellions always work.
Yeah. And so this article was comparing that to what's going on right now, which I thought was incredibly disingenuous, incredibly dishonest, and a little bit racist. Yeah, a little bit racist.
Well, you can't point out the racism without being a true racist.
I guess not.
No, it's seriously. How many times do you hear a white woman screaming about being racist to another white person when there's no black people around?
Yeah, that's true.
Your mother comes to mind. I can't say jigaboo without getting punched. Jigglypuff.
So, but this article is a free access, and this makes me laugh.
It's such a funny word. Another paywall.
Are you serious?
It's record.
I wonder if we can find.
Nope.
No?
No, the record is like the New York Times, and the Star is becoming like the LA Times, where it's behind a fucking paywall because they're.
So there's
That's
no
$7 a month.
there's no other story that has there's no other paper that has this story.
Nope.
Okay, so this author is asserting that there's no representation in the West. Now, I would like to point out to this author that the leader of the opposition party right now is an MP in Saskatchewan.
Who's about to get lynched?
Okay. And also, I would also like to remind this author that the Prime Minister before Justin Trudeau was a Calgary MP. So if those two are not doing what you guys want them to do, you need to change the leadership.
Hang them.
This is not hard. This is every argument I hear about this is, oh, you don't understand what it's like out here. The waits between jobs. Yeah, I get it. Years here. It happened. What?
Every single one of my family members, like the 70 I have that live in Alberta, are all happy with cushy jobs that don't have They're all happy. I've never heard a single thing out of their mouths about problems with work and unemployment. Oh, wait. They don't work in a dying field that is getting gouged by lobbyists, by discounts, by U.S. bullshit, by NAFTA. See, the new NAFTA deal is what's going to fuck them the most.
And it's going
to
fuck.
Want to sit there, hold on, let me get this out.
Okay.
They want to sit there and they want to say, we're going to split and become our own nation and trade with the U.S. They just did a gigantic discount sale of oil to the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why did that just happen? Because they can't sell their oil because they're being shit. We don't have an energy crisis over here. Why? Because we have natural gas. Shit, I just went to a refinery the other day that the natural gas pumps were running beautifully. Shit, we got power plants. We got nuclear power plants. Bruce Nuclear, beautiful new facility. They just put in another reactor. Trust me, cut us off. We don't fucking care. Oh, well, then what about your fuel? You ever seen how many refineries are along the border of the U.S. and Canada? Trust me.
You don't think Ontario could go, hey.
No, hold on. No, they want to sit there and they want to talk about how they're getting screwed in their oil and all the jobs in the West and all the oil sand projects and how the pipelines haven't been going through. Why don't you look at the protesters and the natives who have been blocking the fucking pipelines constantly? Okay, what was it? The most recent one. Oh, not to mention, what's the current problem that's going on? Oh, right, the sabotage that's causing the leaks.
Yeah.
Another million liters of crude was just leaked out into the wetlands.
That was Keystone, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So these people are hindering themselves and are shooting themselves in the foot. If they want to go solo and separate, they're going to become Venezuela because they keep talking about how their oil is going to save them. Why do we have to use tar sands? Because the giant reserve that they have is drying up. We have other energy sectors. We have projects all over the Northwest Territories. There are projects all over the Yukon. Not to mention
there's oil up there.
There's tons of oil up there. Oh, do we drill in the Yukon? Yes. Do we have deals with the tribes up there? Yeah.
Yes.
Why is it that there's less problems with Inuits than there are with natives with the Indians in the southern provinces?
Because Inuits are self-sufficient.
Ding. Yes, some of them have poverty, but they have the other tribes that help them. Now, pay attention to what's going on with the plight in the northern sections of Ontario, that's different. That goes back to a problem within the treaties. We need to abolish the treaties and abolish the reserves. They need to integrate into society. Oh no, people came here 200 years ago and traded for all this land.
And
Nothing was stolen.
also,
Most was stolen.
you don't hear people in Ontario, people up in northern Ontario talking about separating Ontario in half because of, all of the shit that's
you don't
going
hear
on
this
with
stuff
them.
up there because they don't care.
No.
Why do you think I keep talking about moving up there? The only thing I don't want to deal with is the snow. But hey, well, a couple of years that won't be a problem. It'll be fine.
No, it drives me crazy. This, and I just
What's the number on this whole thing? It's not all. See, the funny part is it's not all 7 million people that are there that are doing this. It's like 500,000 people that are complaining.
But they're being so loud that you just have to. I feel the need to just call them out and be like, no, this is wrong.
The one thing that was there was a venue that was sold. It was maximum capacity was 700 people and it was sold out. How many people were outside? It didn't say that.
Mm.
In honesty, 700 people is a playing rally to me. It's like it's the same level. By the way, a lot of this shit that they spout, holy fuck.
Yeah.
So it's a fringe bullshit as usual, and that's my 2 cents. I'm Kent Bruckman. That's my 2 cents. Next.
Let's see.
And yes, I know a certain individual is going to get very angry about how I speak about this, but guess what? I don't care. I wanted to read this one.
Now we're going to read a funny story.
Now I'm awake.
Pincolo's going to read this one.
I'm loopy, so it works. Woo.
Don't burp into the microphone, please.
4 feet away from the microphone. I'm good. Indonesian man who helped set strict adultery laws gets flogged for adultery. Womp womp. Is voiceover on?
Yeah.
No, it is not. Dun 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 dun. Oh, don't push. Hey, ho, let's go. Hey, ho, there we go. Okay, this is gonna be a fun one to say. Mukhlis bin That's stupid. Nobody lost audio.
Since Pincalo started speaking.
Really? So the whole time, the whole article was muted?
Yeah.
Gay. All right, so basically, here's how it goes. So, dude here, this guy, is getting flogged because he had sex with a woman who was not his wife. The woman who was not his wife was caned 23 times. Why? Because they live in the only Sharia town in Indonesia. And it doesn't matter if you're a member of the MPU or not, this is still what happens. They advised the local government and legislature on drafting and implementing Sharia and ACE. No place left to hide for ACE's gay people, the countries that cane their convict. ACE was granted special rights to introduce its stricter Islamic laws more than a decade ago. Laws against homosexuality were passed in 2014 and came into effect the following year. Hey, lefty nut jobs.
Yeah.
Go for a vacation. Extramarital sex, gambling, and the consumption, production, and distribution of alcohol are illegal under Sharia.
Wow. So no fun
That's
for anyone anywhere.
the extramarital sex, that's fine. But the rest of it, come on.
Yeah.
In 2017, 2 men were caned 83 times each after they were caught having sex. Canes are typically made from rattan. Ow. If you've ever been hit with that, that hurts. Those carrying out the caning have all their body parts except for their eyes covered to stop them from being identified. The caning must take place publicly in an open-air platform, though children are barred from watching.
Oh, that's good.
That's okay. They get caned enough at home. Let's close that. So, yes. That's poor Mukhtar. All right. Antifa-linked defendant gets 6 years in brutal baton attack in Portland.
Is this the one where the cops actually had to do something?
I believe so. Finally. And of course, hey, look, it's Andy. A 24-year-old man authorities say was among masked Antifa supporters attacking conservatives at a June demonstration in Portland was sentenced Friday to nearly 6 years in prison in connection with a brutal baton assault.
Oh, good.
Gage Halupowski pleaded guilty to second-degree assault after authorities accused him of using a weapon against a conservative demonstrator who suffered blows to the head that the victim claims left him with a concussion and cuts that required 25 staples to close. Ooh, staples. And it's the tweet from Andy No. Breaking Antifa militant Gage sentenced to nearly 6 years in prison for striking a man on the head from behind with a baton during riot. He was masked at the time and assaulted an officer while trying to escape. His lawyer says sentence is too severe. Of course it is. After the assault, police saw Halupowski collapse his metal baton and conceal it in his pants. Well, sorry, your baton was not concealable. The attack outside of Portland Hotel on June 29th was completely unexplainable, completely avoidable, and didn't need to happen. Well, duh.
Yeah.
None of the shit these idiots do needs to happen. Look, it's John Cusack. That's actually...
Oh my God, Fury Kitten. They said you can't take the kids out of advanced vest wearing class. For the kids are barred from watching the canings.
Oh, yeah. Authorities say Halupowski attacked Adam Kelly as Kelly was attempting to help another man who had been assaulted. And there's the video.
We have to unplug the headphones.
Yeah, see, there's the shithead doing it.
So he's got a baton?
Yeah, like an ass baton.
And they're cheering him on. Holy shit.
All mass pussies, that's all they are.
Now you can hear it.
Yeah. Just attacking people because they're a bunch of pieces of shit. There's no defending these people.
Is that a baton in your pocket, or are you just pleased to see me? Says Fury Kitten.
Apolausi's defense attorney, Edward Kroll, called his client's prison term one of the harshest sentences I've seen for someone with no criminal background and young age.
I'm sorry.
But acknowledged that having the attack caught on video left Halapowski with few legal options other than accepting a plea deal. Well, yeah, that's what evidence is for. Aren't you an attorney? Morero disagreed, calling the sentence appropriate for the crimes. No, it's actually kind of
too
light.
short.
Charges dropped under Halapowski's plea agreement included unlawful use of a weapon, attempted assault of a public safety officer, and interfering with a peace officer. The outlet reported.
That's.
Okay.
I think they should have included those charges.
No. And then there's the Andino plea of, hey, I was beaten up, And then here's the shot at No claims he was later hospitalized with a brain hemorrhage and says no suspects have yet been charged in connection with assaults against him. Well, that's because you got hit with a milkshake. Wow, that's okay. They should be declared terrorists. Oh, wait, not that one yet. You want to use that one last, right?
Yeah. Wait, which one?
The
advice one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Attacker bites politician's ear. Others slashed in hot. What time is it?
11:06.
Oh, crap. Attacker bites politician's ear. Others slashed in Hong Kong.
This is a Gunfox story.
I figured. A knife-wielding man slashed several people and bit off part of the ear of a pro-democracy politician in Hong Kong on Sunday.
He Mike Tyson, the politician?
Yes, so.
Okay.
As riot police stormed several malls. There's messages. The bloody attack erupted outside one of the shopping complexes, City Plaza on Hong Kong Island. Local media said the attacker told his victim that Hong Kong belongs to China. Oh, so it was staged. Okay.
People wonder why I'm looking for leaf mail body armor, body cam, and some gloves.
The attack came late Sunday, a day in which protesters had been urged online to gather at 7 locations. Oh, so someone did not like that. Okay.
No, they did not. Hello, Unholy Reaper.
Some small pockets of hardcore demonstrators were undeterred as protesters chanted slogans at the Newtown Plaza shopping mall in Shenzhen. Police said they moved in after some, quote, masked rioters with fire extinguishers vandalized turnstiles and smashed windows at the subway station linked to the mall. Don't do that. At 2 malls, in the new territories in the north, protesters vandalized shops, threw paint, attacked, blah, blah, blah. They do what protesters do. Police rushed into one of the malls after objects were thrown at them.
Oh, never start it.
At another, protesters used umbrellas and cable ties to lock the mall entrances to prevent police from entering. Later in the day, police stormed City Plaza after some protesters sprayed graffiti at a restaurant, and a human chain of a dozen people were broken up, and angry shoppers heckled the police. What is with people? Let's see here. Police fired tear gas after some protesters threw bricks and other objects at them. Okay, so it's a
standoff, basically.
Yep. All right. Oh. 2 California murder suspects escaped from jail, prompting frantic
search?
Yes.
I'm guessing.
Yes, I'm skimming articles now because it's just easier. 2 murder suspects considered dangerous escaped Sunday from a Central California jail, sparking a frantic manhunt. Santos Fonseca, 21, and Jonathan Salazar, 20, escaped from adult detention facility in the early morning. The Monterey County Sheriff's Office announced. Both Both men are 5'7" and they have thick black hair and brown eyes. Yeah, that doesn't describe every single Mexican.
That's like, go to China and meet this guy. He's short, he's got black hair,
And he's
and
Asian.
he's Asian. His name is Lee.
Both men. Oh, man. The men had been jailed since 2018 and were awaiting trial on unrelated murder counts, along with numerous other felony charges. So gang-related bullshit. Hey, I was right. Fonseca was being held on 2 counts of murder and attempted robbery on a $2.2 million bail. Fox
Good
2
Lord.
reported. That's little. He was arrested for a June 2018 shooting and another deadly shooting 3 days earlier. Salazar, the news outlet reporter, was arrested along with a 15-year-old boy in June 2018 for a deadly October 2017 shooting. But no. An investigation is underway to determine the means of escape. Simple, they ran. But just they ran. Someone fucked up, left the door open, and they went, "Let's go, Holmes, let's go. We can make it. Orale." What's this one? Watch what you tweet. New election law chills speech. Free speech advocates target draconian new Section 91 of the Canadian Elections Act. Ooh, this could be fun. Whew, hold on.
That is the weirdest yawn ever.
Well, I don't want dead hair. Though few Canadians seem to be aware of this, the federal election campaign was fought under a new law that imposes severe penalties for publishing misleading statements on the internet during the writ period. Did anybody tell Trudeau that?
Yeah, no kidding.
So you might want to go look at his tweets from election night. The new amended Section 91 of the Canadian Elections Act, come into effect on September 11th, threatens prison terms of up to 5 years and fines of up to $50,000 for disseminating false information about a candidate, a prospective candidate, the leader of a political party, or public figure associated with a political party. Again, did anybody check Trudeau's tweets? Though an earlier version of the law required the person charged to be aware that the statement is false. Did anybody check his tweets?
Yeah.
The final version removed the word knowingly. Did anybody check the tweets? And allows a charge to be laid even in the case of someone sharing a statement they believe to be true. That's a little wrong.
Yeah.
Even a cursory search of Twitter quickly turns up countless examples of Canadians who have posted statements that appear to violate the law. Boy, I wonder how many times my name showed up. Moreover, one of the Canada's most mainstream political advocacy groups says it was pulled back some of the messaging normally sends out every election cycle out of fear of potential punishment. How long is this article? Ew, this is a blah blah. Yeah, we're not reading this. It's like a mile long. So in short, they're dicks.
Yeah. Can we read about the stupid lady whose husband gets stupid?
So I came across this when I was just looking at stuff. And it's just one of those stupid deer people, right? But it's interesting. Cancer-stricken woman stressed out by porn-loving hooker-cheating husband.
Leave him.
Oh, but did you not read this?
No, I wanted to react to this live.
Okay. Everybody, take a moment, take a breath, breathe real quick. Get your coffees, get your drinks, get your whiskeys in, because this is going to be fun. Dear Amy, I have been married for over 20 years. 7 years ago, my husband withdrew a large amount of cash, went on a business trip, and started cheating on me with prostitutes. I also found out that he has been on many porn sites throughout our marriage. I hoped he would stop and come back to me. He did not.
Wait, you hoped?
We filed for divorce. It has been on again, off again, and we have tried to divorce 3 times. Each time at the 11th hour, he says he wants to stay together. Each time I say yes. After the last try 3 years ago, he swore he was done with the lifestyle. At the same time, he gives me an STI. Run, bitch, run! 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with stage 3 cancer. The odds are not in my favor. This particular type of cancer has only 12% 5-year survival rate. I am unsure what to do. I don't think I can ever really trust him again. I am worried he was just waiting for me to die to inherit my money so he can start up his sordid lifestyle again. We have 2 adult children who live close by. We purchased a retirement home 90 miles away. I'm not sure I want to move there, away from my children, away from my friends, away from the hospital, where I continue to be monitored. I assume my husband is hiding. Ready? I assume my husband is hiding text, porn sites, who knows what on his phone that I can't access. I really have no idea what our financial situation is. He may be hiding hundreds of thousands of dollars. I think that I must do the same. But due to my health, I've stopped working and have no income, only savings. If a friend came to me with this story, I would probably tell her to leave her husband. What about the health insurance or dying alone? What's your advice? Should I divorce him and stay closer to my children who are in college but may move away when they graduate? Sad in Silicon Valley. What's your advice? Run, bitch, run!
Bitch, you fucking, okay, first of all, you kind of fool me once, shame on me, right? Or fool me once, shame on you, right? Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times. Come on, dude. Like, really?
I'm assuming their kids are in college, so I'm going to assume she's in her mid-50s.
Mm-hmm.
Judging from the way that they're talking. Now, they could be maybe their late 40s.
No, this is even if you're going to die, I would rather die alone than die with somebody like that.
So get this. Dear Sad, it's time to Thelma and Louise the heck out of this. I think you should find an amazing attorney with forensics accounting expertise. Explore where your marital money has gone. Legally secure the maximum amount you can. Commit yourself to living the life you want to live the way you want to live it. In short, dump the bum. Free your mind, and the rest will follow.
Free your mind. Your ass will follow.
You should not leave your own community, friends and children to move 90 minutes. It was 90 miles, not minutes, and be isolated with someone you don't trust. Your lawyer will advise you about keeping your health insurance through a COBRA plan. See, this could also be a negotiating point for your legal separation. Commit yourself to your medical treatment and your healthier and supportive relationships. Show your children what a resilient, emotional, brave, and adventurous person you can be.
Emotional or emotionally intelligent?
Ooh! Dear Amy, I have a sensitive nose and skin problems relating to strong detergents, fragrant dryer sheets, and perfumes. I belong to a social group where a couple of ladies have laundered their clothes in a strong detergent. Amy, it literally takes my breath away. I don't want to quit my social life, but I am hesitant to mention this to these ladies. I'm sure I'm not the only one affected by this problem. Just want to make people aware this might be offending others. Any suggestions? Oh. And she just basically says, check it out. I know you've been taking heat for coming down hard on liberal parents whose child used the N-word at school. Maybe I'm the one, but I appreciated when you told him to stop anchoring to your own victimhood.
Wait, what?
I remember this one. I wish she had linked the story. She actually got some kid actually the parents. My child used the N-word. What do I do? She's like, so, and she's been getting heat for it. It's sad, really. Wait, what? Toronto police take down Halloween. What now? Okay, there was a trending thing I just saw, and I want to go out on it.
Okay.
I gotta wait till it cycles back because. So an RCMP officer had his gun stolen from his car. By the way.
Oh, that's always good.
In Toronto.
Of course.
Two Toronto firefighters injured from a giant fire. That's not it. Come on, Halloween maze. It was an unlicensed maze. Okay, there's a stabbing. Come on.
Stabbing.
Yeah, nothing new. So someone actually got video of a dude getting randomly stabbed at a Halloween party. And it sucks because it opens up with a bunny with a Playboy bunny chick. And then you see the knife and it's like, no. Like, see, like, there it is. Come on. Where's the stupid video? Because it won't let me just go to the trending videos. I have to wait till it shows up. Click it.
That's an unlicensed maze, asks Duck Dog.
Yeah, an unlicensed Halloween maze at a dispensary. So I'm curious. Come on. It's because I keep maybe it's because I keep mousing over it. Come on. Oh. Carly Simon. There it is. There it is. Toronto police take down Halloween built by unlicensed weed dispensary cafe. Toronto's most infamous illegal dispensary is in trouble again. Why? Because they just can't let it go.
Nope.
A constant thorn in the side of law enforcement for its refusal to stay shut. Yeah, so Toronto police put concrete barriers in front of these stores to the point where they actually trapped someone inside of a store by accident. The bales of hay were arranged to form a maze that appears to be built as part of the City Place Kids Halloween Crawl. Organizers of the crawl did not respond to requests for comment, but police were definitely not impressed.
So the pot stores can't have Halloween mazes for kids?
No, well, this is an illegal pot place. This is cafe. It's cafe is one of those ones. It's like cannabis culture. They just keep getting shut down because the stupid lottery is making it so you can't just.
It doesn't really look
weed.
like a maze, says Mr. Dax.
Well, they've already taken it apart for the most part. Okay, so they were talking about how it had to do with regulations. The City of Toronto became aware of the issue this morning and gave the permit holder until 2 p.m. today to remove and reconfigure the maze. Or city staff would do it for them. Federal law prohibits sponsorship by cannabis-related companies. Yeah, the city actions were unrelated to enforcement and legal proceedings related to cafe, because they probably got shut down again. Yeah, like unable to keep the chain of stores closed, police resorted to dropping 2,000 kilogram blocks outside 4 cafe shops throughout the city over the summer, blocking the entrances to stores. The move increased the animosity between the owners and law enforcement, but clearly did not end the struggle. No, because it's so stupid.
Why are you getting the notification now functional? Because YouTube sucks.
Did you just open YouTube? That's probably why. I've noticed a pattern. It seems to be when you just open YouTube. Now, there's no video. That makes me sad. I thought there was going to be a video. It said trending videos.
They lied.
They did. But hey, I think that's all the news we have for anyway. So, announcements.
Well, friends, this is the end of the stream.
This is the end.
You guys are wanting to stay awake some more, go hang out, watch what Minions of the Zoo.
In 4 minutes.
That's going on in 4 minutes.
Who's running the show tonight?
I think it's Della.
Yeah, go bug Della. He's
Go.
a good boy.
Go bug Della Hayes. Yes. Also, tomorrow will be the coffee stream at 12 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully, the one or both of the boys won't have to stay home. I don't like those coughs, but we'll see. But yes,
Are we looking at? Is that what we're looking at right now?
I don't know. I'll have to
Why
see.
is Ben Mulroney trending again?
I told you, people want him to take over the Conservative Party.
He's a celebrity. Fuck him. And he's a shitty celebrity. He's a talk show host on E. Fuck him. He's an idiot.
He's now on CTV though. He's
an
a news show host.
idiot. Let's just bring back Stephen Harper.
So yes, that is what's happening tomorrow, Monday, 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Central. Thank you all for watching. I hope everyone had a good weekend and is having a good night. And we will see you all tomorrow at noon. Thank you guys. Turn it off.
I was supposed to turn it off?
Yes.
Right.
Voiceover's off.
Right.